guys, welcome back. So if you guys have not checked out the first video, please check out the first video if you want to start a business. This video is for my entrepreneurs who already have a business, who are not in good standings with your taxes. I know that a lot of you guys have seen my backstory. But first, let me introduce you again to Sandra. And this is my angel. I call her my angel because she was heaven sent to us, because a lot of you guys know we have been struggling with Hair by Belle and Bree with our taxes. Finding someone that was educated, that did it legally, and that we weren't afraid to talk to, and that could break it down for us. We've been in business now for 8 years, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, but this is the first year that we are getting caught up. She's caught us up now with, I think it's 5 years of taxes.
Yeah.
We didn't file for 5 years, you guys, because we were filing it first, and then the person that was doing it, it's just crazy, you guys. But, you know, we didn't want to go to anyone that was just said that, oh, I can do your taxes, because when you are running a business, you need somebody that specializes in business taxes. Do you hear me? Do not let your cousin tell you, oh, I can do your business taxes. No, she can't, because she doesn't know what deductions and everything it comes with it. So we have been getting caught up. Not even only that, she's about to switch us over, because we're LLC. We're about to go over to an S. Like, she's just been educating us so much. And every time I walk in this door now, you know, before, when you go see the tax lady, you're kind of nervous. You know, every time I walk in this door, I'm ready, because I know she's going to educate me and get me my business into standing where if we were a Walmart, we're running our business as if we're a Walmart when it comes to our taxes. So I want her to go over some things when it comes to business taxes. So tell me the difference of business taxes and personal taxes. Why can't I let someone down the street, my cousin Peanut, do my business taxes?
Peanut really shouldn't be doing taxes, period. I mean, at this point, I mean, we all see those memes of before tax and after taxes. I'm waiting for my taxes like this. So the thing with the whole tax situation is a refund is truly not a refund. It's money that you paid in that you're legally entitled to because of your income bracket.
Right.
So let's get that clear portion of it. Okay, so everybody has specialization. So a general doctor does take care of general patients. Right. Okay, when you go to the podiatrist, now that's a specialist. So that podiatrist now, we know he's that specialist that he knows about our toes, our feet, that portion of it. Okay. So people don't realize when you say, okay, I'm an accountant. Okay, the difference is I am an accountant. I've been an accountant going on now 23 years. So being an accountant, and also as an accountant being a brown girl, the level of learning has to always be top notch.
Yes.
I can be hired for a position, but because I'm not the other complexion, literally behind the scenes, I'm doing all the work. So in doing all of the work, I have so many specialties that now that I have walked away from corporate America, that when clients come in, it's almost like I have a specialty in this, I have a specialty in that. So when you guys came aboard, yes, not knowing that those 23 years have now encountered the accounts payable, accounts receivable, the payroll, the taxes, corporate returns, the whole treasury management, if you're making a lot of money, how to now invest the business money to make more money. So the black girl magic that I'm sprinkling on you today is that the business tax world, you have to have continuing education.
Correct.
So I'm that person. There's never not enough education. I'm constantly going back. If it's out there, okay, let me learn so I can bring it back to my clients as a specialty. Okay. So on the business side, like she said in the last video, that we want to, as a business, get all of the legal deductions we are entitled to. So behind the scenes,
that legal deductions, because not only did when we came in here, when we were talking to her, and I was like, oh yeah, I flew here, I done that. She's like, did you write that off as a deduction? I was like, I didn't know that I could write that off as a deduction. When we did the pop-up shops, we did so many pop-up shops, you guys. we didn't write those off as deductions. We've just been paying them and just, just thinking, paying it out of my personal account, okay? I have not known that I can do deductions, and I was like, oh my God, I can do a deduction on that. Even when I'm talking to you here from this camera that I paid over $1,000, I do this for business, it's a deduction. Everything that you do is a deduction. Even when I was like, well, I'm about to go to the post office after I'm leaving her office, she's like, make sure you track those miles. That's a deduction.
So all of the videos, like when you're following her social media and we're seeing all these things from the glamour side of it. So when you're sitting down now, changing from hair to person, believe it or not, if she's promoting her brand, it's a legal deduction. Because what she's doing now, she's growing the Hair by Belle Bree brand. So in growing the brand, she has to look a certain way. So from the hair, from the makeup, from the clothing, from any of those purchases that she's thinking, okay, this is personal. I really like this blouse, but if that blouse now is on camera and it's growing the whole Hair by Belle Bree brand, that's really not a personal purchase.
Right.
That is now a business purchase.
Okay, wait. Let's explain to them, what is a deduction?
A deduction is a offset to the income. So income, okay, money. I'm sorry, I was over that and you looked at me like money, moolah, earnings. Okay, we made. Okay. So let's just take $100 for instance. Okay. We sold some hair. We made $100. Okay. In selling that hair, I had to now ship you the hair. It cost me $10 to ship it. So although I made $100, I had to spend $10 for the shipping.
Right.
That shipping, of course, everybody knows, that's what we call a deduction.
Okay.
That deduction has to be labeled in a certain way that now I know the 100 that's on top minus the 10, the 90 technically is a net profit. No, the 90 isn't the net profit. The 90 is wherever the vendor we paid for the hair. So a lot of people think, okay, I made $100. I'm moving, I'm shaking.
Okay.
No. So the $100
like breaking it down.
Yes. So that vendor, wherever we bought the hair from, that's considered our cost of goods.
Okay.
Our cost of goods, that is a line item on your tax return.
Okay.
So not only the hair, okay, we bought the hair. Like she's saying, we had to drive to the actual post office to drop the bundle off. That's a deduction. Let's say the package that I packaged the hair in, that's a deduction. If I add a label with now the brand logo on it, that's the deduction.
Okay.
So behind the scenes, a good business accountant will always tell you, Brittany, these are the legal deductions you can take.
Okay.
And behind the scenes, you guys, there are a lot of ones that are written that a actual specialty person like myself, because you have a legal business that met those 3 federal, state, county compliance. You have the business bank account. We're truly a business.
Right.
There are even more when it comes down now to depreciation. When it comes down to contractors.
Okay.
When it comes down to advertising.
Yeah.
Your advertising, I was just going to say, when I first met them, the first deduction, I was just like, oh my God.
We pay a lot in advertising. And when just to touch on the deductions for the advertising, you guys, not only is she talking about with me paying the photo shoot, which I pay my photographer, but even the Facebook ads, I didn't even know that I can get deductions off of that when it comes to marketing. Or even when I pay my graphic designer, I'm paying Bree. And Bree is very professional. Anybody that I work with is very professional. Bree sends me an invoice. So now I'm able to bring it in. I'm like, oh, this is my proof that I have paid this and this for, that, and it's a deduction. I was not educated to know that these are deductions. I'm just thinking the bare minimum of deductions. Okay, the shipping. Okay, I did a photo shoot. I'm not even thinking that is advertising can go towards a deduction. So you have to, that's what I'm saying, don't be afraid to come in and let somebody educate you on what a deduction is in your business. Now, the second thing that I want to touch on is it better to file quarterly or yearly?
Okay, the difference in, let's get that term. Okay, there are, when she's saying quarterly and yearly. Okay, quarterly is you filing your estimated taxes due.
Okay.
So quarterly meaning that, okay, just like if you was working at Walmart, every time you got paid, there were deductions being taken out of your account. No, the IRS said, okay, you work for yourself, okay, give us January, February, March, and April, we want you to pay everything you've paid, everything that you've paid, taxes off everything you've earned in those 3 months.
Okay.
So those are your quarterly estimated taxes.
Okay.
So whether or not you're paying monthly, so as a self-employed person, you pay quarterly.
Okay.
Okay? And so that's the planning portion of your business. So a lot of self-employed people don't pay quarterly. So after Q1, if they don't pay, that means it's going to be paid when I actually get ready to file your taxes.
Okay.
Which is bad because now there's what we call penalty and interest.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Y'all, if you are behind on your taxes right now, come in ASAP, because let me tell you something. These penalties and these interest charges, they ain't no joke.
So with that being said, let me educate one more thing, Brittany. There are 3 phases of taxes. Okay? Tax planning. When I tell you planning right now is so important. Planning right now if you are a client here at Certified Platinum, I guarantee that if you plan with me, I can save you legally over $10,000 a year. Legally. Changing that income tax bracket. That's the planning. I always compare my planning to a bride. How many females are out there? But there are some men viewers as well. Let's just say tomorrow I wanted to have, let's say not tomorrow, I wanted to have this lavish wedding. Bridesmaids, I wanted to have it on the beach with 30 doves. I wanted 5 wedding cakes. I wanted a lavish wedding. Lavish, y'all. So if that was the case, could I have this wedding tomorrow?
No.
So I would have to do what? Plan for it.
You're right.
So planning. So I tell people all day, if you're individual or if you're a business, tax planning is more important than tax prepping.
So what do you mean by planning? Do you mean like that I need to put everything, I need to write everything down and have everything in separate, like this is what I paid for advertising, this is what I paid for?
No.
Is that what you mean by? Okay.
No. Tax planning meaning you have this beautiful accountant with this black magic tour.
Okay.
That you're going to meet with her at a minimum of 4 times a year.
Okay.
You're going to meet with her and you're going to discuss all of these business events, life-changing, personal, anything dealing with money, anything dealing with income. You're going to speak with her, and that's when you're going to say, you know what, Sandra, I think I want to go to the moon in September. Her eyes going to get big, but she's going to do what? Because she's that planner, she's that cheerleader, she's always going to cheer for you. We're going to sit down and we're going to plan for this trip to the moon.
Okay.
So in planning for that trip to the moon, I'm going to tell you, Brittany, hey, I need you to, we're going to train, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That's that planning portion.
Okay.
So planning for that wedding, I have to plan. I have to call the dove guy and say, hey, you need to be at this spot during this day, during this time for the doves to be released. So we're planning. That's the tax planning part of it.
So tell me exactly what planning for, how do you plan for taxes?
You're going to plan because we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about all these things that are coming up. All these things that are randomly in your head.
Okay.
Sandra, I want to start the Cooking with Friends business legally.
She calling me out, Jesus, because Lord, Cooking with Friends is just something that we do as a hobby, and she's trying to really get me to switch it over.
Hobby versus business. That's another film. We're going to talk about hobby versus business.
Okay, so let's use me for example. I'm living in my truth. Say I want to come to you and I want to change Cooking with Friends over as business wise, and I need to plan. Tell me something that I need to do.
We're going to do the 3 compliant portion of it.
Right.
You're going to get the little business separate bank account because we don't commingle. We don't commingle businesses or we don't commingle personal.
Okay.
Cooking with Friends has nothing to do with Hair by Belle Bree.
It does not.
Absolutely. We're gonna. I joke, but I say this with all dearest. We're gonna sell shrimp and do hair at the same time. No, I could be the best. I could be your shrimp to go to person, but I'm also a hairstylist.
Right.
To the IRS, those are 2 different businesses. Literally, they compared a lady that was selling Mary Kay and Tupperware. We were actually in a CPE class, and they said she was trying to commingle all the funds. Tupperware and Mary Kay is totally different businesses.
Yeah.
So I don't care if we're cooking with friends, we're here by Belle Bree, we got a vape shop, tools. Oh, listen, I'm a fan. I'm not only her client, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So all of these ideas, when I tell you I'm on her social media daily, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we got another business we get ready to
she be on me. She like, okay, let's get it. And I appreciate it so much because, you know, I do need to run it like a business and I need to plan. And you're absolutely right. So I guess I need to schedule my beat that'll just go off so we can come in and we can plan.
Because personally, you're taking deductions personally now that literally is a write-off.
Yeah. And we've spent so much of our own personal money, and like I say, it's a hobby now because we haven't really profited off it, because everything we made, we put it back in because we want to grow it and do it like a business, but we're running it as a hobby.
No. Me and you we talked about the pet rock.
Yeah.
So all of those funds and all those that time you've spent buying the supplies and things like that for the cooking show. Look on a personal level. Look at the write-offs. Look at the things now that you're being legally taxed on that technically is a business.
Okay.
So I tell people all day, every day, on that tax planning, if I knew you back when and you had all these ideals in your head, there's no way we would have let any of that go.
Okay. Okay, so we plan, and what's the next step?
The next thing is we prep, tax preparation.
Okay.
You've met with me on these 4 occasions when you were talking about quarterly taxes.
Okay.
In that quarterly tax realm is when we're going to now talk about the next quarter.
Okay.
We're planning.
Okay.
So the preparation. All of my clients in December, when December hit, we had already now discussed. So when 2020 came, they automatically knew all of their deductions.
Because they did it quarterly.
Yes. And they automatically knew whether or not they owe or didn't. They were refunding.
So they're already planned and they're ready to prep.
They're ready to prep.
Oh, I get it now.
Yep.
Okay.
So the tax preparation. Everybody knows what tax preparation is, okay, with tax prep. Now, this is the part where most of us hate. There were some things that we didn't do right, and now we have tax resolution. So we talked about the tax planning, we talked about the tax preparation, now we have tax resolution.
I'm in that step, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the tax resolution meaning that there are some things that we did in our past that we didn't prep or plan correctly. So now we owe the IRS.
Yeah.
We legally owe the IRS.
Yes, I do.
And what I don't want you to do is go to Peanut down the street. Now Peanut gonna say he gonna help you to get out of this mess. Because we don't go to jail. We're not going to jail. We're not doing any federal time for something that you could have legally taken steps to correct.
Right.
So here at Certified Platinum, we're all 3.
Okay.
We're a planner, we're preparation, and we help with the resolution side of it.
Okay.
And
now when you say resolution, as a person like me, because we're using me, I owe the IRS quite a bit of money. So when you say resolution, what exactly do you mean? Because I'm at that step now. I'm at my 3rd step.
Meaning, and also let me throw this out to your followers and the people that are viewing it now. The money that they do owe, technically, if they knew me back then, they would not owe.
But it's too late. That's why I'm telling you guys to get in, because we were literally off 1 year. She could have corrected what someone else did. So do not wait, you guys. We were literally off 1 year, and that 1 year is costing us so much money.
But on the resolution side, I'm here.
Right.
We're going to resolve the issues they have. So don't ever look at a situation now that I'm done, I owe. And let me throw this at you, Brittany.
Okay.
We all hear the Optimum Tax Solution commercials.
I was going to ask you about that.
No, those commercials come on, oh my goodness. I want to say, I hear them at least twice a day.
Yes. I was going to call, actually.
No, don't fall up into that. That is a bigger brand where I can put it like this. They're in business to make money.
Okay.
Here at Certified Platinum, if I legally cannot help you, I'm not going to legally take your money.
Okay.
for them to even legally to sit down and talk with you, there's a couple grand.
Yeah.
So do I get that couple grand back after you tell me I can't help you? No. There are legal contracts that you sit there and sign, and now I owe the IRS and I've paid my money to them when I could have just paid that to the IRS.
Right.
So on the tax resolution, that's another commercial for another day. But in taxes, we have, once again, planning, which is the very, 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 to me, that's step one.
I wish I would have did that at the beginning. And people used to always tell me like, oh my God, y'all guys are making that amount of money and you're not filing quarterly. And now I understand what you mean by planning, because at the end of the year, if I would have did it quarterly, I would have been ready for prep and it would have went smoothly. But now I'm at the resolution side, and it's not a bad thing, you guys. I do owe quite a bit of money, but I've came to the right person. She's going to help me when it comes to the resolution. Everybody's resolution is going to be a little bit different, so she does have to look at your case. But we're at the step now where we're about to, you know, I owe the money. We know the amount, and now we need to figure out how about going about this amount to either you know, get it paid off or what to do with it. So it's so important. Now I see why those steps are so important, because before we were just handing it to somebody at the end of the year and that was it, and we owed the money. And when I seen that number, I was like, well, we'll be owing that money. And I didn't file for the, you know, not being educated and being afraid.
So my thing about it is, let me throw this out to as well. The resolution is not a overnight fix either.
It's not.
It's going to, it's a phase.
Yeah.
So it's a timing. It's being patient, working with someone that's professional enough that actually keeping you up to date on what the IRS is saying. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Right. So it didn't happen overnight. So as a caveat, don't ever let anyone say, hey, I can resolve it within 30 days.
But the good thing about it is, I love that after she told us what we owe, it wasn't like, okay, this is what y'all owe, y'all out the door. She's going to help us come with a plan to resolve it. You know, it just wasn't like a, okay, this is what you owe, bye. That's how it was with the last person. It's just like, we were stuck from here, like, oh my God, how are we going to pay this amount of thousands of dollars? Because back in the day, I'm used to getting a refund. I'm not used to paying the IRS. But if I was educated to know to prep and about the deductions and everything, my last person did not tell me what could have been deducted, and I wouldn't have had to pay nearly as much as what we're paying now. That's why it's so important to get to somebody that is professional with your business taxes. And I highly recommend her. Even if you are not in the state of Georgia, please give her a call, an email. She can still do everything for you virtually. But this is the person that you need to talk to, because you do not want the IRS knocking at your door.
Nope.
And she is the person that can help you. So don't just run the business, make the money, and think that you're doing something when you got it legally on the backside of having your taxes correct. Because I'm in the process now about to purchase a home, and it's going to be so much smooth sailing from here, because you can't do anything when you own your own business. You know, it's easier when you get a W-2, whatever like that, but when you have your taxes and everything prepped and she can show you the right way to go about it, is perfect. Business loans, everything, your taxes go by everything. You know, taxes is almost as how the credit is needed, you know.
Yep.
So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more tax questions, or if it comes to personal business or whatever, how you guys reach out to me, she's the same way. She will answer all of your questions. Anything that you need to know, she will get to you. Did you want to say anything?
My biggest thing is, once you reach out, you know, they're, like she's saying, on the professional side, I'm very virtual. So you do not have to be physically here in the state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta. We do all 50 states.
Right. All right, guys, hope that you enjoyed this video. There will be a lot more videos to come. I'm going to take you through the process of, this is our year of us filing quarterly and switching over to an S Corp and things like that. I'm going to take you through this process so that you guys can see how easy that she's going to explain it and switch us over and things like that. So look forward to more videos. And if you guys have any more suggestions on any other videos that you would like to see, go ahead and leave a comment below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
This your daughter?
Mm-hmm. How you know? You saw when she